Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah, there we go.
Testing,
Hello.
testing.
So,
Make sure it's recording. That's important.
recording.
That's recording, man?
Yep.
Okay.
I
Fuego.
dope on a rope.
Dope on a rope. Alrighty. Welcome back to the podcast. The best podcast.
English.
The best podcast in the world. The only podcast you need to listen to. There's no other podcast in the world.
I mean, if you want to talk about best podcasts in the world, we got our Spotify stats.
Oh, yes.
And
Yeah.
apparently in our genre, we're like, what, top 10%?
No, all around. All, like, throughout. So we got.
No, that was most shared.
And most followed. We're top 10% and most followed as well.
Damn. We're kind
So-
of crazy.
We went so if you guys don't know, I posted on Twitter, but we got a Spotify route for the podcast, and we are top 10% in shared, likes, and followed on Spotify. Top 10%, not top 10 all time. And I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of sick.
Yeah, that's
I'm impressed. We did this in 1 year. That's us in 1 year. So we're kind of fucking
Gang,
sick with
gang.
it. Thank you guys for listening. I know you hate listening to our voices, but appreciate you guys listening to us.
Dude, I cringe. I still cringe whenever like editing the podcast. I'm like, why do I sound like that?
Yeah, right. But all right, thank you guys. Hope for 2023 is a huge year for us. We have a lot of things good. We have a lot of fun things planned. So hopefully, everything goes well. But the 2023 should be a very big leap year for us, I would say.
Yeah.
So, but minus
Some
that,
more production value is gonna go up.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube or if you're seeing clips on TikTok, new camera
Yeah.
already gonna be looking better.
Yeah. If you know, we got a GoPro. What was the GoPro?
The Hero 11.
We got the GoPro Hero 11. So you can tell by the quality, it's definitely 100% better.
We might have some meme content. We're planning on going skiing this winter, so we'll see. Maybe we'll post some Inting podcast meme content.
For sure. But keep a lookout for everything. But our YouTube's kind of popping right now a little bit, but it's doing well. We're averaging about 40K views this month.
Really?
We're averaging 40K views this
I
month on
didn't know that.
YouTube. So we're kind of chilling right now. But we're here to talk about the big news, the big Valorant news that if you haven't been on Twitter or haven't been on Valorant social media at all, I think we're experiencing the biggest change in Valorant history. Half the agent pool is getting nerfed or buffed. So I don't know how to
meta-
feel about this.
The meta is changing.
The
I'm
meta
not
is
gonna
changing
lie.
massively.
I'm not gonna lie. After I saw all this, like, I was thinking, like, oof, I might have to pop back in.
Yeah, and Cypher is very strong right now. He's gonna be very strong this meta because we'll go over this right now. So we'll go through it and we'll talk about it. We're gonna talk about the elephant in the room. Chamber is getting gutted. He's gone. He's done for. He is getting
Thank
nerfed to
God.
the fucking ground. So here's a few of his teleporters. So this came from Valor Leaks. I feel like he's never missed when it comes to leak or anything data mine or related. So
Yeah.
take this as
Trustworthy source, but I guess you can't 100% confirm it. But
take this with a 90% confirmation, just because Riot could just change anything last minute. This is just him, what he got information from data mining and from from sources. So first change, Chamber's Rendezvous, his teleporter. You know how instead of having only one, instead of having two, now it only has one.
So, correct me if I'm wrong. You put it down, and you have like the radius around it, and you just go to the teleporter.
Yeah. So wherever you place that physical anchor,
That's where you go.
that's where you're going. So for example,
And it's just the one.
yeah, but they made the radius a little bit bigger just to accommodate for it.
Yeah.
So it is smaller in theory, in radius wise, because there's only one. But now you can't just TP. You can technically still TP out and like easily TP out. Yes.
It has the same function. It's just that you can't be as creative with it.
Exactly.
So like I don't know, like on Bind, how you're able to do that shit where you could put one of them in Cubby on B site, and then you could put the other one in Lamps
Yeah.
on A site, and you could teleport from A to B. Like that shit's not gonna happen anymore.
Yep.
You're still gonna be able to get like the early picks kind of thing with it, because like you could just like put it further away, hold a aggressive angle, but yeah, you can't be literally in two places at once
Exactly.
anymore.
They made his verticality, like his space creation, like it's very like they kind of essentially gutted it. So they made it like where you can't be essentially like Danny said, you can't be at two places at once. So they made it that where you have to like really think about where you place your TP now. So that's I feel like that's his biggest change in my opinion. Because his TP was his thing. That's like that was the reason why everyone felt like he was broken in my opinion. His TP was just it
had too much versatility
yeah.
for a free ability.
You essentially had two lives. If you missed a bullet TP, all right, you can go and scoop it again and get another pick.
Yeah.
You essentially had two lives with that TP, so it made it. But now you have to really think about it. It's still you can still TP out, but you still have to think about it. So I think it's a good nerf. In my opinion, this is actually a really nice nerf. They increased their base radius, but they only made it one anchor.
Yeah, and like it doesn't ruin. This isn't like gonna ruin him. Like I think the other changes. So like once TP is destroyed, it'll be disabled for the rest of the round. It's like that's rough.
Yeah,
that changes a lot. But like how the TP works, it's literally the same function. You could still do similar things with it. It's just that you can just do a little bit less.
Yeah.
This TP being destroyed, I think that's kind of rough.
Yeah, I think that was a little bit.
I think personally, if they made it like a long cooldown, like when Cypher Cam gets destroyed, I don't know, is it still 45 seconds?
I think it's 35 seconds.
Well, if they made it like 45 seconds or something, so like you can't like. I guess you could say you can use it maybe twice a round if you do it that way.
Maybe that's pushing it, really. If you think
that's if you use it once
and it breaks,
so that you got to factor in maybe, let's say that's a minute and a half into the round.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got to wait 45 seconds. A bomb would have been planted by this point, so like maybe you can use it as like an exit frag tool, or if it breaks early, maybe you could use it like as a retake tool or something like that. But yeah, I guess you're gonna get one useful TP per round.
Yeah.
The second one, if you even get it, or if you would even get it, would be like, I don't know, like a safety net kind of thing. But that's not even happening. It just doesn't come back.
Yeah, I think that is kind of like, I feel that's a little too harsh in my opinion. They should have they should have made it like 45 seconds. They made it 45 seconds. Like it's still good, but you like removing it for the rest of the round. That's a bit rough.
I think the rationale behind doing that though is probably they want to see how he feels with the new change. So if they just like see if people are still picking him. Because honestly, a lot of chambers, like you're still only gonna TP like once per round pre-patch, maybe twice. Like even though the cooldown is different and like you could pick it up, but like I don't know, maybe they're just gonna see if people are still gonna pick chamber with any of the changes.
For sure, I feel like I think that's his biggest hit. Again, the whole TP thing. His whole TP has definitely got hit the most, and it's kind of hard.
Yeah,
but
except this is no way like a set it and forget it kind of nerf. So he's gonna be tweaked some more.
Yeah. Also, one more thing about his TP is when you TP and you want to equip your weapon, when you like after you TP, he like does his finger, then he waits on his weapon. It takes a little longer. It went from 0.4 seconds to 0.7 seconds. That's a pretty good amount. I think like it's gonna be like wherever you TP, like hopefully it doesn't take hopefully like it's in a good spot. So what essentially the rendezvous thing right now is they're making it where you have to be smart about your TP. You can't just randomly place it anymore. They're saying like, okay, if you're gonna TP, if you get a free TP or essentially a second life, you better be smart with it. That's what they're saying right now. Because as we said before, the TP range, the anchor went from 15 meters to 26 meters. So it's really long, right? It's kind of a big radius now. Yep. So they're like, okay, we're giving you wiggle room and we're giving you time, but you have to be smart with it.
Yeah, you can't do that shit where you like, I don't know how people put them like right next to each other, so you just peek an angle real quick.
Yeah.
Like and then pick it up and then do it again in the round. Like, yeah,
It's
that
not.
shit.
It's not doing that. So you have to be smart about it.
You can still pick up the TP though.
You can pick up
correct?
TP, I think. Yes.
Do you know what does it say what the cooldown is?
The cooldown? I think it's still the same. I think the cooldown
Still the same? Okay, so like if you play relatively safe, you could still use it a bunch. You could
Yeah.
maybe use it 3 times around if you TP pick it up.
they're definitely making it more of like a you have to be. They're essentially making him a sentinel. You have to be smart.
Yeah, you're not a duelist.
You're not a duelist. You're an actual sentinel now, guys. Okay, just keep that in mind.
And then what? Now they changed his was it the trademark is his
His hunter. I think if you go through the thing, because that's his rendezvous. But I think they changed his TP range. Okay.
Didn't they make it so
His headhunter. Yes, it takes longer for it to come out. I think.
No, I'm talking about the like the alarm bot thing.
Oh yes. So
It's gonna have a range.
So the
similar
alarm bot,
to the Killjoy one.
So now the alarm bot has a range. You can't just place it across the map and walk away. You actually have a range to it now.
Mm-hmm.
And what it does now is you essentially you can't place it and go to the other side of the map.
Yeah.
It's like it's what happened when Killjoy had that, where she had unlimited range, where she could place her whole setup there, and then she can dip. And now they're making it that, and they made his ultimate. It shoots slower now. Remember how we talked about that ultra shoots slower? It shoots slower now. The fire rate has been decreased. Increased.
His op.
His op has been decreased. Increase in fire rate. So like now it takes so after you shoot it, I think it takes like half a second longer to shoot your next one.
So it shoots slower.
It shoots slower, which I think was the big and another big thing about him. His op and his TP were the biggest thing about made him strong.
Yeah.
So I'm happy about that. They made his op where you can't just spam it and just be real fast with it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good. I really like that. And I think that was the only change with the op. But for the most part, very good change. I feel like it's really, really good.
So how do you think this is gonna work with Split is being added back to the map pool, and Bind and Breeze are gonna be removed?
I mean, me personally, I've always hated Breeze. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've never really liked Breeze as a
I think
whole.
it's just weird.
It's too open of a map, and there's like not. I feel like, in my opinion, there's not enough creativity with it.
Yeah.
I mean, Bind, again, don't be wrong. Bind was boring as fuck to watch anyways, but I feel like you could do different things with Bind. I feel like Breeze, it was just like, it's too big of a map.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion. It really lacked in like, because if you take one space, you're giving up a lot of other space. It's like, it's just back and forth. I really didn't like it.
It's similar almost to how a lot of pro players in CSGO complain about Dust 2 because it's an aim map. That's like
That's
a similar
Breeze.
problem that Breeze has, because there's just so much open space. It's just whoever is better at shooting is really who's gonna win.
Exactly. And with that, it's not. Again, I love Split. Watching Split in pro play and playing it, it was fun because there was actual thought behind every attack. Like if you go back and watch pro play and Split, it was one of the best. You had one of the best matches of all time. Like you had like there was a lot, because every space you took meant a lot. I feel like that's what lacked in Breeze, is like you took a lot of space, but it didn't really matter because there's other spaces that can go around.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of my biggest thing I hated about Breeze. Is just like your space creation doesn't really matter. I feel like in that map.
Yeah.
I feel like with Split, like every inch or every foot or like every foot you took in that map mattered.
Yeah.
And with Split coming back, I really like that.
So something I want to bring up though with Split, it's a small map.
It is a small map.
So now, I think Chamber is going to be very good on Split. Even with the changes, because it's such a small map, the effective range of his bot is going to be longer. Or not longer, but you could cover more percentage of the map with your util.
Yeah.
Similar to why Killjoy's.
But would you pick him over Killjoy or Cypher on Split though? That's the thing you got to talk about. Would you? Because Cypher and Killjoy can really anchor a map. Like with a map like Split, you can really anchor it and cover a lot of spaces with it.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is something that's really good with it. And just I feel like on a map like Split, you would want. I'd rather you can even argue that Sage could be a little better pick on Split as well.
Mm-hmm.
So there's also something like that where you have to talk about and you have to really think about. And I still would rather pick Cypher or Killjoy over Chamber on a map like Split.
Yeah.
You got to talk about that. But I think it's a good change, but I would have rather, in my opinion, I would have rather kept Bind and removed Breeze. Let's be serious. I hated Breeze. Breeze was not a good map.
I don't like either of them.
I mean, they're both not really good,
You know
but
what?
you have to have a 7-map
Wait, so what does that leave? It's gonna be Split,
Ascent,
Ascent.
Pearl, Fracture, Haven, and wait, Ascent, Split, Fracture, Pearl, Haven, and oh my god, I'm missing one more. Oh, it's 6 maps. What map am I missing right now? Oh my god. Wait, go to. I think it has on Twitter thing. I think they showed the maps. Go down. I think it has it. Yeah. So it's Haven, Icebox. Yes, Icebox. So
Ikbik.
Ikbik. Ikbik is gonna stay on the map rotation, which another map I'm not a big fan of, but again, it is what it is. I'd rather have that over the other 2 maps, but it is Icebox isn't the best map in my opinion, anyways. So my thing is, if they removed Icebox, Breeze, or Bind, I would have been happy. That was my thing. If they remove any of those 3 maps, I can care less what the
Yeah.
what else happens, as long as one of those maps got removed and 2 of them got removed. But overall, I think it's nice. It's healthy. Split is a good map. Split was never hated in general. I think people who actually hated Split just didn't know how to like play as a team or just like use util, create space.
People don't like corners.
Yeah, I mean, I just personally think Split is a really good map, so I'm happy that Split is coming back. Now to the now we're going to the big changes where half the agent pool is getting changed. This is a lot. This is fucking a lot. Okay, first things first. Here's some agent changes. So here's one of the. So Breach got nerfed. It went from 7 to 8. I mean,
is that like needed though? I feel like Breach
never...
isn't like that strong.
Yeah,
right now at least.
That's like the 2 Breach mains in the game. Like, Breach wasn't that prevalent in my opinion. He was still kind of like, he was more of like a B tier agent. He wasn't somebody that needed really changes. He was fine in my opinion. I never found him annoying in my opinion.
Yeah,
he was really fine.
I think the Cypher tripwire health increase is kind of funny.
Yeah,
because like so it goes from 1 to 20, but what are they trying to accomplish with that?
I think it's more of just like pistol round, like through the wall.
Yeah,
think you can't break it. I think that's the only
a
reason.
classic does like 40 damage or something a shot, right?
I think it's headshot. But thing is, it does more. All the pistols.
Nothing does 20 damage. Everything does more.
Yeah, I think there's more of just wall bangs.
But then there's no ability that's only gonna do less than 20, because like Raze nade that will break it no matter what. Sova shockbolt will break it no matter what. What else? And then like other util like Sky Dog just trips the wire, or Roomba just trips the wire.
Yeah.
So
it's interesting. I don't know why they're going with the 20, but I mean, it's Riot. They're just trying to make the trips just better, but it is what it is.
They should give them like 100 health.
At that point, right? Like, it's either 1 or 100. Like, what are we doing right now?
They should make it so you need like
a whole clip to just to break the trip.
Like pistol round, you have like 4 people shooting at the wires to conserve ammo.
It's just like the whole at that point at pistol, just the meta is to buy 2 Cypher trips and that's it. You're set.
It's like somebody gets tripped by it and they just can't shoot it. Because they're fucking stunned, and it takes like 5 shots.
You either need to sacrifice a life, or you just need 4 people to just shoot the fucking wire.
Or you need to expose your whole team. That'd be so funny.
Oh no!
For like April Fools, they should do some shit like that.
God,
like only in unrated.
Yeah,
they don't release patch notes, and they just like put some wacky changes like that and see how if people figure it out. So it's like unkillable tripwires.
You broke your game. You had 100 HP. It's like no. We did that shit on purpose.
That'd be so good.
Fade Prowl health. So her dog is now HP is from 100 to 60.
That's a good change.
That's a good change. Because if that dog can chase you,
should not have to fucking empty half a clip into it.
Yeah, I think that's a positive change. That is a good change. Omen Paranoia cost decrease from 300 to 250. I like it.
How much is a TP? 150 or 200?
I think it's 150. Yeah, so I think you can
Okay,
actually
okay,
buy it in
so-
pistol round.
Okay, so the 50 is actually like useful because
Yeah.
if they made it from 300 to 250, but like there's nothing else you could buy that has a 50, then like it doesn't do anything.
So I think with that is you can buy a smoke, TP, and
a
a
smoke
PAL.
TP
and a flash.
And a flash.
Huh.
Okay.
So Omen's gonna be pretty strong in pistol round now. He's stronger now. He's not gonna be just useless. Oh, he's not useless,
And
but he's gonna be stronger. Phoenix Blaze decrease.
That's the wall, right?
That is the wall. So the cost of it is from 200 to 150. So again,
How much is a flash?
I think the
250?
250. I think, yeah. I think you already have a flat. So you can get a 1 flash and 1 blaze.
Okay.
So that's
well,
not,
you
and I think you can get an armor or a pistol. I think one or the other you can get.
armor is 400,
Armor's 400.
so you could get armor wall, armor flash.
Yeah. I mean, it's not bad changes. I mean, it's just more of just like he's cheaper because he's very simplistic again. So he's very cheap. So I mean, it's a good change because his wall's kind of strong. I'm not gonna lie. Like if you actually go through it or just get hit by it, it does damage.
Yeah.
It's kind of strong. I wish that maybe they increased the healing where you heal faster with it. Maybe that would make him a better agent.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe that would be a good agent change. But yeah, that's pretty good. Ray's Boombot health decrease from 100 to 60. Okay, good. Because that shit tracks you down. I sometimes shoot it and then doesn't explode. So I like it. Because that shit, if it explodes in your face, it does so much damage. So I like that. It increased.
Gives you some time to do
The
something
Ray's
about it.
Blast Pack and the Sova Dart. Goth got 20 HP now. Again, to disclaimer, these 20 HP, you can still shoot it one shot. It's still a one shot. I hope you all know this. It's
Yeah,
still,
what's the point?
it is still a one shot. I think the only way to actually like
Is if you're trying to wall bang a
if you
Sova
wall bang with a
arrow?
pistol or it's like wall bang with a Spectre, I think. It makes no
don't know.
sense. It just like I think they're just trying to make it more like you actually have to like I don't know. But it's all right, I guess. Sure.
And then the Yoru clone is
Down to
got
60 HP.
health, which is kind of good.
But wait, don't you if you shoot it you get
You get flash.
No, the gate crash is the TP.
Oh.
The gate crash is the TP. So the gate
okay.
crash goes from 100 to 60, so it's just you can shoot it, but I mean honestly, I rarely see people actually shoot the TP. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
to
you kind of just wait it out.
You wait it out, or you
Mhm.
just like bait him out. I think that's really what I've never really seen people shoot it. And then you missed one thing. It costs decrease from 200 to 150.
Yeah.
So his kit is cheaper as well. Killjoy's lockdowns HP is from 150 to 200. So I think I saw someone on Twitter say this. A Sova ult cannot break it now.
Cannot break.
Cannot break it now because it does 70. So 70, 140. No, it can.
It can, but you need all three.
You need all 3 hits on it. So just keep that in mind. If you're Sova, you have to hit it 3 times. You can't hit it twice.
What about breach? Aftershock
I
or
think-
whatever it's called. Concuss. Or
I
something.
think that can still break it if I'm not mistaken.
if you hit all 3, maybe all 3 pulses.
I think if you have to hit. I think with it because the closer to center it is, the more damage
Oh,
it does.
so you have to be like.
I think you have to be
on it,
right on it
Yeah.
to get it. And then Killjoy Nanoswarm is from 1 to 20. Yeah. Okay, I think they're just making the util like more beefy. but
Maybe they're just slowly doing it, and then eventually all the utils
It's
gonna
gonna be
be
like
like
100 HP.
be like 200 HP, and like Sova bolt comes and just like.
you need an Odin at that point. To just like fucking kill it, but you need an
Yeah.
Odin at that point to kill it, to break it. What else? So the Sky, Trailblazers
That's
caused
the dog.
the dog. So the dog cost got increased from 250 to 300. That's pretty good. I don't mind that.
Okay.
And the Sky,
The
regrowth?
heal.
The heal. All right. So the heal got okay, good. The heal got it got cheaper.
Okay, so basically they're replacing what you could buy on first round. You could buy a bird and heal. Or
Yeah,
you
I
can
think
buy
they're
a
making it
bird
like.
and not bird dog.
Yeah, I think they're trying to
something?
like make you like if you want to really focus on heal, like teaming, like supporting your team, or just like I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just like the way you play now is going to be much different. I think they're just trying to rework Sky in a way where you have to play her a little passively. I'm guessing like you have to be.
They're making the duelists do their job by making the other people not be able to be duelists.
Yeah, so like Sky, like you're definitely playing more back. Like that's what they did with this KO Flash when they changed that a little bit. they tweaked it where they're like, okay, the left click when you throw it, it lasts longer, but the right click doesn't last as long anymore. So they're making like, oh, you actually have to play with your team. They're making initiators where you have to play with your team. You can't play by yourself.
So what do you think the rationale behind the Sage nerf
I'm not gonna
is?
lie. I feel like Sage was another agent that
Did not need.
they didn't need a change.
The wall doesn't gain more health until 3.3 seconds.
So it takes longer to actually gain more health.
Yeah, so it went from 3 to 3.3.
Healing orb, self heal is from 30 to 60. So if you heal yourself, you only get 30.
Yep.
And the healing orb to others, actually you get 100. I think that what they do there is like, again, they're trying to make the I think with these changes,
they're forcing team play.
Yeah, with this,
they're like, fuck these people that are trying to just solo this game. Play with your team.
But the thing is with Sage, I feel like she's like such a bad agent right now. She doesn't. Why is she getting nerfed? In my opinion, that's a nerf. That's like that overall whole kit.
Well,
she's getting nerfed.
I guess they just like they're like, if you're gonna play Sage, you're playing it in a support role. You can't battle Sage.
You can't battle Sage, but that's
is what they're trying to get at. Which I understand because that's like why the character was made, but. I don't know. Sage isn't like that strong in the meta right now.
That's what I'm saying. It just overall, even with all these changes, Sage still doesn't seem that strong.
Yeah.
She still seems way behind Killjoy and Cypher. In my opinion, this is like I'd rather still pick them over Sage.
Like Viper.
Ooh, Viper got gutted in my opinion. Okay.
Smoke integrity regen time is from 5 to 25.
Jesus fucking
That's
Christ.
5 times longer for your shit to recharge.
So
that's awful.
If anybody doesn't understand, if you put a wall up or an orb up and you run out of gas, instead of it all coming back in 5 seconds, this shit takes 25 seconds to fully regain. So you really have to be smart on when you put your shit up.
And now,
max
with
time.
the ult, so max time out of smoke. So would that be with her ult with the amount of time you're allowed to walk out of it?
Max time out with smoke decrease. I think with the smoke decrease, they mean like.
Or do you think that's frequency of being able to put the orb up?
I think yeah. I think they made it where like okay. So how it works is now they're making it where you can pop your shit back up sooner, but you won't have as much gas as you would before.
Okay.
So they're making it like,
so
okay, you can put up smokes and stuff, but you can't keep it up for. You have to be smart about it essentially. And then they made it her ult from 7 to 8, which is like. Hot take, I think that's not bad.
I think her ult's crazy.
Her ult's still very strong. You can cover a lot of ground with that ult, especially when you can go outside of it for kind of a long time. I feel like that's pretty good in my opinion. Which I think it's good. Just overall, her Viper change. The Viper changes. The smoke is kind of fucking disgusting.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
That's a long time. That is a very long. 25 seconds. That's a very long time. KO health knife. Okay, the knife got 20
Stupid
HP.
20 HP util.
His ultimate got 8. Okay, hot take. The 8 was good. I actually do like how they made it to 8 orbs because I felt like he did get very frequently, and then people like Cypher and KJ got fucked. I think every 3 rounds. Like if you kept farming KO ult, like you got fucked every 3 rounds. And it was not fun. So I like the changes how they made it 8. Now it's just longer. I'm probably gonna be like 2 rounds longer, but it's still overall I like it. That's a really good. It's definitely going to make it where you have to be smart on when you put your ultimates. The thing I like about this, so far what I'm seeing, is they're making it... I think what they're trying to see, like, okay, you can't just throw util out. You actually have to be smart with it or you're going to lose that item forever. So, funny enough, they are making it very about gunplay. I know this sounds funny, but they're actually making it about gunplay now. They're really focusing on this. If you see all these abilities, that's the Viper smokes.
They're making the game more exposed is really what it is.
Yeah, so you actually, like, they're making it like, okay, you have to actually be smart with your util.
Limiting amount of space you can take by cutting off sight lines.
Exactly.
And they're trying to drive you to take space with your gunplay.
Exactly. And with mechanical skills, so you can't, if you were just known as someone who only was very good with your util and not really good with mechanical skill, this might hurt you.
Yeah.
So this is gonna really push you to the limits of learning what to do on the sense of like how to just essentially change as a player. They're forcing you to change as well. Can we just pause?
Yeah.
Yo, Steph, what's up? We're good. Yeah, we're back. So I think it's definitely gonna change the meta, and they're not only changing the meta with the agents, they're also changing the meta with how you play as a player as well. So I think a lot of criticism, a lot of the game had was, okay, you're spamming abilities, you're spamming all that, like it's not really about gunplay anymore. Because that's where they really like talked about in the beginning of the game, where hey, this is about gunplay, and now they're actually making it, okay, you want gunplay, here we actually have gunplay abilities, you can use them, but you have to focus on gunplay more. So they're definitely gonna make you focus more on mechanical skills more than just ability spams. Ability skills still gonna be there, but they're making it more of just like a actually have to use it and be good with your mechanics.
Yeah,
which is nice overall.
Harbor high tide duration increased from 12 to 15. So that's gonna.
I think it's his ultimate. His high tide is his. His high tide. I think it's his wall that he pushes out. Because I haven't played much Harbor, so I think that's his wall.
It's gonna be
longer. So that's not bad. Because Harbor as an agent, he was very weak. He wasn't really strong at all.
They're trying to make him compete with Viper.
Yeah, I think that's really what it is. Harbor cascade duration increased from 5 to 7 seconds. I think that's his wall, but I think that's his ability. I think his wall or his orb. I think that they're making it more last longer, which is nice. Again,
okay,
they're trying to make him more of an agent. And the only weapon change we've had so far is a Spectre. So the Spectre changes is from 0 to 15 meters is 26 damage.
Increased damage.
Yeah, it's
increased damage over long ranges.
Yeah, decreased damage over long ranges. Yeah, so from 0 to 15 meters is 26 damage. From 15 to 30 meters is 22 damage, and if you shoot from 30 meters or out,
I'm looking at the thing and reversing it.
Yeah,
okay, so decrease. You can't use it as an assault rifle.
You can't use an assault rifle. You actually have to be up close and personal now. They're making it, and I mean, if you go, we just because we had to go with the old ones. So compared to the old one, if they made it where like you can't use an assault rifle. Essentially, that's really what it is. And
we've seen.
I think that's everything.
Yeah, that's all
that's the whole patch note. But to make it a little review, the
game is changing.
Yeah, I think the game overall is really good. It's gonna be in a healthy state. Chamber got it in my opinion. He's really kind of weak now, but he's still gonna be okay. His kid's just gonna be.
I don't think people were playing him for his trip though.
Yeah, he wasn't. I think the trip wasn't the issue. It was everything else.
Chamber one tricks are still gonna be a thing. It's just that it's not gonna be as much of a problem.
Yeah, and with what we're seeing now, I think they're definitely listening to us. Where they're saying like, okay, we're gonna have a game where you have to play more as a team. You have to play more with your gun, not with your ability, and it's something that's good. And of course, the map changes I feel like is solid, but I don't know how this is going to affect the competitive scene because everything is a 7-map rotation. They only have 6 up there. So I don't know.
New map?
That could be a thing.
Because what? Last map was Pearl, right?
And yeah, from Fracture to Pearl, they didn't get a map for 8 months. That was an 8-month span.
When did Pearl come out?
Like 4 or 5 months ago? 6 months ago? Something like that. So hey, we might get a new map. That'd be interesting.
Merry Christmas, new map.
Yeah. So I think maybe in 2 weeks this patch. I think it's the end of the act. This patch comes out because it's gonna be till episode 6. So the start of episode 6. I think everything will be official and everything will be put out. Sorry for the random cuts. If you listen or watch this,
camera trouble.
A little bit camera trouble, but we'll figure it out after the next episode. But TLDR, I think all these changes are positive for the game. Getting the new map rotation split coming back is really good because I think we've had 3 agents since split got removed. So it's going to be very interesting. Split is going to look very weird. I think overall, the game is going to be in a very healthy state. Ken, I know Denny left because of how annoying it was, but I feel like a lot of people might come back to the game just because of how healthy it is now. It's definitely going to be in a good state. I feel like if you haven't played Valorant,
at least a different state.
A different state, yeah. It's definitely going to be a much more exciting state than what it was before. You're definitely going to have more versatility. You can't just you're not stuck to a few agents. You can actually be versatile. Where they're making the game, you can pick any agent now and you'll be fine. So that's really good. I really like that about the game. I don't know. What do you think about the state right now?
We're cutting it a little short due to technical difficulties, but we'll have it fixed
By
in
next
next
time.
episode.
Hope you guys enjoy the Valorant. It's gonna be really fun for the next year. And if you like, follow us on our socials. And yeah,
Bye bye.
love you guys. Bye bye.